I swear that opening gets me every time. Welcome, ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen, old farts, all of you. Welcome to Draft Day, Season 7. My name is Riff Raff. I have with me Rainey. Say hello, Rainey.
Hi, everybody. Thanks everyone for joining us today. And yes, what an introduction. Oh my gosh, that cinematic was incredible.
Yeah, great work by the production team putting that one together. But boy, we are pulling out all the stops for you. We have a great lineup of captains ready to take their teams to the field for the start of season 7. And the excitement is simply just starting at this point. I see everybody's excited in chat as well. Thank you, Scrizzy, for announcing yourself. Always important to see. And let's go through a couple of the details of what's going to happen. So, first and foremost, some rules and process for the draft. Number one, we have a mixed MMR season here. So, this is going to be a lot of people playing at different ranks together on the same teams, which we hope are going to be as fair as possible for some exciting gameplay. Each captain has a list of 4 tiers to pick from. Those 4 tiers are split up by MMR. So you will be picking one person from each tier to complete your team of 4 people total. The tier that the captain exists within is already selected. So if I'm in tier A, I cannot pick anyone in tier A. I can only pick tiers B, C, and D. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see who picks who when. And I actually want to get right to the predictions now. Um, Rainey, why don't you give us the rundown? Is there anybody that you know on the list here that you're looking forward to see when they go?
I know a lot of people on this list, but I also see a lot of new faces and a lot of new names as well that I'm interested to see how they're going to play alongside these old and these new competitors as well. I'd say at least half of these I've personally played with in private lobbies or in competitive lobbies, and I really hope that some of these names kind of get all mixed up and we're not going to have a bunch of familiars playing with each other and we're going to have a really good mixed group. But I definitely have my eye on some names here. We have some great team captains picked out this season, and I'm really looking forward to see what their picks are going to be as well.
Okay. Well, in addition to the picks coming up, a couple other things to note. We do have a giveaway later on in this stream. We are giving away a Nintendo Switch to one lucky viewer. A couple of rules for that. If you throw your Discord handle in after typing in hashtag Switch, so hashtag Switch space your Discord handle, do all of that and you get an entry into the giveaway. This is only for Twitch viewers. So if you're here now, you get to participate. We're going to keep that open almost all the way up to the end of the third round of picks and then close it off before we actually do the giveaway. So get your entries in now, and guess what? If you're a subscriber, you get a second entry for free. So put the information in. If you do not do it correctly, I want to be very clear. Hashtag switch space your Discord handle. If you do not include your Discord handle, you will be disqualified. Uh, in the meantime, while we let people get into that, we are also going to remind you. Actually, Rainey, why don't you remind us about what other kinds of stuff can people get involved in here at the Old Farts?
We have tons of media that you could join and be a part of. We have, of course, our Discord that you can find us at Rocket League Old Farts. We have a Twitter. We're getting up to date with the nuances in these kids with all the social media. And you can find us there at twitter.com/rloldfarts. It is also the same for Twitch as well, twitch.tv/rloldfarts. And if you'd love to donate, be a Patreon member. We accept those. We love those. We love our Patreon members. We have special leagues and special nights for Patreon members as well. And you can subscribe and be a member at patreon.com/rloldfarts as well as that. So please join us. We're welcoming and opening our arms to all and new members wanting to join us in our community.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rainey. And thank you to everyone who is here right now for this draft day stream. It's time for what you've been waiting for. Let's kick off the draft. I believe we are going to grab our first captain. I'm just checking my notes here. Our first captain, Resilient, representing Team Donkey Brewster. Can we get Resilient into the voice chat? And let's get this pick going. Uh, yeah. Oh, wow. That is a big graphic. So here you're going to be able to see as we're waiting for Resilient to join us. I'm not Rainy, by the way. I'm Riff Raff, but you're going to be able to see the team being represented and the MMRs of each player as they get put on screen. So you'll see the total team MMR behind my shoulder, as well as the average team MMR behind my shoulder when I get out of the way, but that won't matter yet. Right now, it's just Resilient, and he is, I believe, still joining into the hot seat. Oh, we do have Resilient. Resilient, are you there? Uh-oh, I think we're having an audio issue with Dr. Resilient, who is not coming through. While that gets sorted out, Rainey, how many teams do we have on each Friday and Sunday division so that we know the split between the two? Oh, we lost Rainey too. All right. So in the meantime, the split between the two divisions, Friday team we have, or Friday division, excuse me, we have a total of 2, 4, 6, 8 teams in each. Again, all of the MMR splits are across the entire gamut. So we're talking about Platts, even actually, yep. So Platts all the way down to, is that 720? 720 is our lowest MMR in the Friday division. 750 in the Sunday division. Our highest MMRs in the Friday division is 1604. Highest in the Sunday is 1417. So you're talking about a big spread of people who are able to get onto any given team and really make a difference one way or another. So I see some in chat. Oh no, total audio failure. Scrizzy, thank you for letting me know. I'm looking at the chat right now. Carrie Riff says Galactic. I do see Kato Wolf put in for the giveaway. So, yes, you still have time. You still have a chance if you are interested in getting your own Nintendo Switch. Throw in hashtag Switch space and then your Discord handle so that you can get entered into that giveaway. I believe. Okay, we're going to try and get Resilient back in the call. Resilient, are you there? Still trying to get Resilient. I'm going to give him a second or two. It might be the fact that he's being dragged into the VC. Resilient, are you there? Unfortunately, it looks like we might be running into some problems with Discord and people being dragged into the VC in order to talk to us. Got it. All right. So my producers are telling us that they're working on a fix right now because it's actually on the stream side. So that's going to get taken care of in a moment. In the meantime, let's go through, because I don't think we have a graphic for the entire stream set up yet, or excuse me, the entire draft set up yet. So in the meantime, I'm going to call out who your captains are and the team names so you can be aware of who to expect on stream once the audio issues get figured out. So again, first up is going to be Donkey Brewster with Resilient in the VC, waiting patiently. Thank you for your candor in staying with us there. Next up is going to be the first team for the Sunday division. We're doing an alternating divisional pick here. So Donkey Brewster of Friday, followed by Careless Esper of Sunday. Careless Esper is captained by Weddy Oweddy. 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to Friday with the Breakfast Club, and that is captained by Red Bull 4L, followed by Trash Formers by DRG Firestalker, following Fake on Me with Crispy Dad at the helm, Throwing Pains with Pawpaw 34, With This Way, Renegade Duck is the captain of that team. Then Demo She Wrote by RL. I think that's supposed to be Orig instead of Shrig, but we'll find out. Then Sexual Wheeling, captained by Chris. Zethy is the captain of Whiff It Good. Then Uptown Goal by Lil Squiddy RL. I had to lean in for that one. Etch a Skitch is the next captain. Etch a Skitch is the team. The implication is going to be that captain. Skitch is not actually the captain there. The Golden Goals will be captained by Nazhole, and I believe Naz is actually absent today, so he will have a representative making his pick for him. And I'm being told we might have audio figured out. So, Resilient, are you there? No? Still no audio from Resilient. So, I'm going to continue down the list of the teams because we have a few more to go through. I mentioned the Golden Goals and Nazhole. So, Naz, again, is absent, has a representative who's going to pick for him. By the way, there may be a few times today that Loomis jumps in and does picks for the captains that unfortunately could not make it for whatever reason. They thought they were cooler than this. So, all right, let it be. I'm being told now that we are fixed and we do have Resilient on the line. Resilient, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
All right. Thank
There's
you for
your
joining us.
beautiful commentator voice.
Thank you much. Glad to have you, and congrats on being picked a captain for this upcoming season. I want to ask you, you have the first pick. What are you looking at as far as the list of players? Are you going just top MMR? Are you going to try and go for a sleeper here? Like, what's your strategy?
I'm going for a leadership player because at that tier you want somebody that's going to be able to rally everybody together and kind of help other people out and communicate very well. So the one I'm looking at is very good at communicating with other people.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear you're prepared. Let us put you on the clock for your first pick. This is the first round, first pick overall for the Season 7 draft Rocket League Old Farts in-house league, the super serious big-time league, as we now know it. Let's get that timer up on screen.
Let's go.
And we're still waiting for the timer to pop up, but you know what? I think you know who your pick is going to be. So go ahead. Who is your first pick, Dr. Resilient?
I sure do. Well, I can't pick my coach Naz because he's a captain, and Bug's also a captain. Ritzy definitely is a very strong leader. He's a funny guy. He knows how to lift. He knows how to make me win too. So that's definitely a plus. So I'm gonna go with Ritzy.
All right, Ritzy is our first overall pick of this season, especially in the Friday division. Congratulations, Ritzy, going first overall in your division. That definitely bumps up the MMR. I'm going to try and move wrong direction out of the way there, so you can see the total team MMR, and we'll. Oh, there we go. And we're back. Apparently, we had to notify everyone of the fair use notice again because it's important. Just like radio stations have to announce their call signs every hour, we have to give you the fair use notice every some 23 minutes. So let's get back to the main desk and get Rainey in here. Rainey, are you on audio as well?
I'm here. Let me know if you hear me.
I can hear you fine. So that's been sorted as
Beautiful.
well. So your thoughts on Ritzy going first overall?
Well, I've personally played with Ritzy, and from our standings here, he is the highest MMR for the picking today. And I would say he definitely has that knowledge and that leadership to move a team into the right direction, and would definitely pose in as a good trainer, possibly, if anyone were to have any difficulties, troubles with positioning, with mechanics, or any of the sort. I think overall he is a very great first pick, and he was bound to be probably one of the first picks if he wasn't picked right off the bat. I
Well,
would
I
say
do
very
want to
smart move
ask you
though for
though.
Resilient.
I agree that it's a smart move to go with the high MMR out of the gate, but the fact that he is not Scrizzy, is that going to come into
Oh,
play here?
that absolutely. Absolutely. Scrizzy is just our golden child, and he is our golden boy for the channel. And it was a shame that he was not selected first. But unfortunately, Scrizzy is not in our Friday's picks. He is in our Sunday's picks. So that does not mean he is out of the question to be picked first. So we can
Okay.
certainly see soon.
Well, good call on that. Let's move right along to our second pick of the draft. This is going to be a first overall pick as well, this time for the Sunday division. And once I get my sheet back up to snuff here, we are looking for the captain of Careless Esper, Mr. Owedi123. Owedi, are you in the call?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Let's
Yes.
get your audio up a little bit, but we can hear you. So, welcome
Let
to
me check on
Draft.
my end as well.
No, that's
Okay.
okay. Welcome
But
to Draft Night.
no.
Yeah, now we can hear you quite well. Thank you. Uh, but we're diving right in. Let's keep moving. Can we get the timer up on the screen because you, sir, are on the clock? Who? No, oh, no timer on the screen. Apparently that broke, but we are good to go with your pick. So, who is your first overall?
Alrighty. So I was basically looking at the highest because I'm tier 4. I looked at the tier 1 people, and I looked at primarily Doc and Prody Joe. And I was looking for somebody. Well, I looked at their basic profiles, and they're both same in 1v1. So it seems like technically they're very similar to each other. But what tipped my decision was that Prody Joe basically says he plays mainly 3 solo queue, which I do too. And I know as a solo queue player, you have to be very patient with other people. You have to be very adaptive to other people's playstyles. So I think I will go in this case with Prody Joe.
Prody Joe. Okay, so a very close MMR choice to Doc, as mentioned earlier. I like the logic behind it, and I will simply say good luck to you in the rest of the draft, my friend.
I need it. Thank you.
All right, you can see over my shoulder now. I'll get out of the way again. You have your Careless Esper team stats up on screen, and we will take it back to the main studio here. Rainey, I think the call is yours, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be pulling in the captain for the Breakfast Club, and our captain this season for Breakfast Club is Red Bull 4RL. I think we're getting
I'm
him into
sorry,
the
is that
hot
the
seat
Breakfast
currently.
Club or is that the
The
Breakfast
the
Club?
Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, it looks so similar. But yes, it is the Breakfast Club, and team captain is again Red Bull 4RL, and we are still waiting for him to get in here. And in the meantime, he is going to be getting his first tier pick here. Ritzy is off the board, and we do just have a few selections left. But it looks like we might have a replacement or somebody here being a representative for him. Is that Mr. Loomis Lair?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey,
welcome and
Loomis.
thank you
So,
for being here.
yeah,
Well, did he say
Red
anything
Bull
that
will
he was
not be
looking
joining
forward
us
to?
today.
Oh, no, that's so sad to hear that he didn't want to hang out with us, but it's okay. We'll let it go this one time. But In the meantime, did he say anything he was looking forward to for this season?
I don't know. He's been kind of MIA for a few weeks, but what we're gonna go ahead and do is
Uh-oh.
just draft for him, and I hope we hear from
All right.
him very soon.
Okay. Well, the floor is yours. You have 60 seconds for the first tier pick for Breakfast Club.
We are going to go ahead and give Red Bull a Falcor 13.
All righty. Did he have any reasoning behind it? That
It
you
was
know of?
just he gave me a list of the players, you know, in order, but I don't know what his decision was.
Fair enough. Well, I could say at least Falcor is the number 2 highest MMR for the Friday group. He is just about 150 below Ritzy as far as MMR goes, and I believe I've personally played with Falcor in the past, but it has been a minute. But I'm sure Loomis, he had a reasoning behind Falcor, and I'm happy he was able to get that pick.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Loomis, for joining us. I'm sure we're going to have you back in here soon, okay?
Oh, I'm sure.
All righty. Talk to you soon. All righty. And with the end of that, I mean, Falcor, Riffraff, you might have some more insight on Falcor than I would.
Actually, no. Falcor, I believe, is. I've not played with Falcor myself, so I cannot speak to their pros and cons. But at second highest and the only MMR player above 1400 besides Ritzy, certainly a safe bet in terms of skill. The real question is going to be his teamwork ability. Does Falcor mesh well with that team? Do they get a good chemistry going? Because we actually know, hint, hint, captains, we know that teams with a more even distribution of rank tend to do better instead of the teams with a big spread between their highest and lowest players. So just something to keep in mind for those captains still looking at their draft sheets going, oh man, that player was who I was going to pick. But Rainey, I'm going to let you take
I
it
can
from
definitely
here
see
and
that.
bring in our next captain.
Yeah, we are now going on to Captain DRG Firestalker of Trash Formers. This will be a Sunday group as well. And let's see, Loomis may be a representative once again for Trash Formers again. Loomis, are you there?
I am. I knew you would see me back soon, but I didn't want to give away the surprise.
Wow, so soon. That's incredible. Alrighty, well, if you do, I mean, you have the floor, man. Who is the number 1 pick for Sunday's group for Team Trash Formers?
Trash Formers are going to take Doc.
Doc, alrighty. That is I would say, a very smart pick. I know he plays really well with players MMRs of high or low, and he has a very great personality that can fit in with anyone's, honestly. And he is also the highest MMR for our Sundays group, just below Tripman, who is a team captain. But very smart pick, I would think, and another great choice by Loomis. Maybe he had some insight on these players.
We'll see you a bit later.
Alrighty, Loomis, thank you so much for hopping in. We'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and that looks like that is bringing up, we are on to the fake on me now, but I believe that is Riffraff's team that he is going to be taking over, and that is all okay. But the total team MMR for Trash Formers is 2358, so that's a pretty highball team right off the gate as well for our next group in Sunday, but all okay. And we're currently waiting to get switched over, but in the meantime, Riff, if you want me to, or nope, we are switched over. We are good to go.
So I do want to add, I will say that this is an interesting pick because Doc can be a bit of a wild card as well. We know that when something gets stirred up in the server, usually there to add fuel to the fire is our good friend Doc. So I'm interested to see if this team starts to get into some rough waters. Is he going to bring them back to center and really be a center of calm and support for that team, or is he actually just going to get them going? And maybe they'll bring out a couple demos, maybe they'll bring out a couple of more physical plays on the field because of it. So very interested to see where that goes. But yes, we are moving right along to our next team on the list, which I believe is going to be Fake on Me. A little bit of a stutter step there by the production staff, but we will get Fake on Me up on screen in a moment, and we are looking for Crispy Dad, our captain, to join us in the booth. Do we have Crispy Dad?
Crispy Dad's here.
Hey, we have a Crispy Dad. Crispy Dad, tell me, what are you looking forward to going into Season 7 here?
I'm looking for all the fakes, all the whiffs, all the near misses, and all the wonderful shots and passing plays. Just
So
all
you're
of it.
actually looking for quality play from a bunch of old farts.
Well, I did say fakes and whiffs.
No, everything is a fake. There is no whiffing. Haven't you ever played Rocket League? That said, welcome to the hot seat. It is going to be your turn to pick. So you do have a minute on the clock. Who is your first pick of Season 7?
All right. Well, unfortunately, in Tier 1, I have not had the pleasure to play with any of these people. So my pick is going to be based off of MMR solely. So I'm going to go with Disaster Piece.
Disaster Piece based on MMR. So, Crispy, if you don't know these players, what's going to be your methodology to get a cohesive team together once you guys start training?
Good question. I've played with a few of the Tier 2 and Tier 4 members. So hopefully with my experience with playing with potentially my next 2 picks, that we could bring it all back together.
Very good. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it. I'm going to move out of the way again so everyone can see the total MMR. 2430, I believe, is our total after Crispy Dad's first pick. And you're seeing a lot of the same numbers in total, but now different MMR numbers for each individual player as we get further down the list of both captains and picks. Crispy Dad, good luck the rest of the way. We're going to take it back to the main studio and get ready for our next pick. This is going to be from Team Throwing Pains, captained by Pawpaw. Pawpaw, are you in the call? Pawpaw 34, are you there? Yes,
Ah,
I
there
can
he
hear you
is.
now.
Yes, I'm here.
So welcome to the hot seat. We are ready and raring to go. So what is your first pick of the draft for the Sunday division?
So I'm basing this on the people that I'm kind of new to the server. This is my first season. And hang on, I gotta mute that. All right. So I played with Percussive. I had not played with Big Nick. I enjoyed playing with Percussive, so he is my first pick. And he's also an RL Old Farts coach, so I'm hoping to learn something from him.
Wonderful. I like that strategy, getting someone who is both a good player and a coach on the server. Maybe learn some extra stuff while you're playing together on the team. By the way, I will say congratulations on this being your first season. What's something you're looking forward to this season as a new participant?
So I've played in some other leagues, and I think this one's going to be a lot more chill than the other ones that I've played in, and I'm just looking forward to having fun and learning.
Don't you know how grumpy us old people can get when we don't get our way? It'll get plenty competitive, sir.
Well, there ain't none of them that are older than me, so I ain't worried about that.
All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you again for your second pick. Moving right along and back to the studio, Rainey, the call is yours.
It looks like up for our next team today is Whiff This Way, captained by Renegade Duck. And I think we are getting him into the hot seat as of right now. But, I mean, looks like we got about over half of our picks from Tier 1 already wiped out and just 3 remaining. And I'm curious to see if everyone's going to keep on selecting from tier 1 first, or if we're going to kind of move other tiers, we're going to get some, maybe a high tier 4 or a higher low 2 plus so fill in a space.
That's a great question. I'm curious about that as well, because the real strategy is going to come into play in terms of what sleeper picks are going to go earlier than expected. Who is further down the list in MMR, but actually up and coming in skill, and who adds that extra little oomph to know you're going to really make a difference on the field. So I'm with you, Rainey. Let's see who really goes that route.
And Mr. Duck, are you in here with us?
I am. Yes. Hello.
Awesome. Welcome here. Welcome to the stream. Looking forward to, as far as, I mean, having a team this season, building a team, what components are you looking to add to your arsenal?
I think I think Ref mentioned on this, touched on this earlier. Having a team that's a little closer in MMR than necessarily having the highest player has seen a lot of great success. I've been on a couple of teams with that extremely high MMR player, and we've always gone off like early in the playoffs, which is nice to make it the playoffs, but you do want to make it all the way if you can. And a cohesive playmaking group who is all about the same level does seem to have an advantage sometimes, especially when they start targeting that high MMR player in demos and things like that. So going off of that, my pick I think is going to be the first departing from the strategy we've seen so far.
Awesome. Alrighty, so let's see here. So who do you have in mind once again?
Yeah, so if I'm on the clock with my pick, I'm taking Big Green from tier 3.
Big
Big
Green. So you
Green.
were our first captain to choose outside of tier 1 today. So Big Green, he is at 1078 MMR. He is the highest MMR for that tier group besides Crispy Dad, who is a captain this season. How comfortable do you feel with this pick?
I was looking at the Rocket League trackers doing a little scouting beforehand, and he is not only the highest MMR in that tier, he's been climbing like crazy from what I've seen. So I'm hoping by the end of the season, we're going to all make each other much better.
Oh, good for you for getting some extra insight and doing your research on these players. And thank you again, Renegade, for joining us today. And we'll be seeing you here soon, okay?
Thanks. Yep.
All right, bye-bye. Well, there it is. I think I called it. We finally got our first pick outside of tier 1 today.
I'm very interested to see where that brings us. Duck is a strategist. I know this from previous seasons as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where that team goes in the standings.
Yeah, and it seems like as far as MMR from when it was calculated with Big, they are very similar rank-wise. So I wonder if they have any history from playing with each other in the past at all.
That's very possible too.
Alrighty, and I think we are now going to be moving on to Team Demo She Wrote, our Sunday team, captained by it's either OL or RL. Riff had commented on that earlier, and as we are waiting on that to hop in here, let's say, yeah, we have a Sunday team, and yeah, we are waiting for RL Schrig to hop in here for us. But in the meantime here, I say everything so far selected-wise, teams and captains and players is pretty, if not some top picks. And there is RL Schrig. Hello, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, good morning. All righty. We're afternoon, but
Not
for
really.
us,
It's like,
but good morning to
1:40
you.
where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you
It's
for
morning
joining
for a
us,
good 3
RL.
hours after you wake up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for joining us here today. Do you have your pick number 1 for season 7?
Oh, I sure do, and thanks for having me.
I've been looking over Rocket League Tracker. I've been looking at ball chasing a lot. So I'm happy to take Big Nick. I think he's going to be a great addition to our team. I see he's got. Let's look at this here. He's got a 7-game win streak in drop shot, and he's only played 6 games. So I think that says a lot about the kind of
Oh,
guy
wow.
he is and the kind of teammate he is. So
Just excels
looking
in anything
forward
he
to
does.
it, and precisely, that's the kind of guy I need leading my team.
Well, awesome. I think that was a great choice for your tier 1 pick. Mr. Big Nick, congratulations. And he falls about in the middle upper as far as MMR ranking goes for the Sunday tier 1 group and list. And for, let's see, for Demo She Wrote, that is going to raise the totals TMR currently to 2392. It will update here shortly. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to hand it back over to Riff, and we're going to go on to our next Friday team.
All right. Thank you, Rainey. We are moving right along. Our next Friday team up is Sexual Wheelin'. Sexual Wheelin'. Okay. And that's going to be Chris as our captain. So let's get Chris into the call. Chris, are you there?
Hello.
So Chris,
Hello.
Hello, Chris. Yes, we can hear you fine. As a former teammate of yours truly, what are you now looking to do in creating your own team? Now, background, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone who doesn't know, in the previous season that I was a part of, Chris and I were teammates, and we made it all the way up to the
Ooh.
playoffs, just like everybody else in the regular season. So we had a great run. And Chris, what are you going to do to get over that hump and into the finals for your team this year?
My strategy is big MMR equals big win.
I like it.
All right. Well, let's see if you could pull that off. You've already unfortunately missed out on some of the top MMR players at this point. So you are now on the clock, my friend. Who is your first pick?
We're going to go with big MMR Sal the Jerk.
Sal the Jerk. Sources have not confirmed yet whether Sal the Jerk is in fact a jerk. Chris, if he does turn out to be such a jerk, what is your strategy in dealing with a troubling teammate?
I think Old Parts is a lovable community, so we can definitely turn that frown into an upside down frown. So a smile. We're going to put a big smile on his face.
We get there eventually, ladies and gentlemen. We're good at Rocket League, not phrases, and that's okay. Thank you, Chris, for joining us on this pick, and we'll see you again later in the draft.
Thank you. See you.
All right, now on to our next. Actually, here you can see the Sexual Wheeling card up on screen with Succulent Sal the Jerk added in. Their total MMR now over my shoulder. And we're going to move right along to our next team on the list. First pick for Whiff It Good is coming up with Zethy joining the call. Zethy, are you there? Zethy, I think you just joined in the call. Are you there now?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for being here, and congrats on captaining your own team in Season 7. You're jumping right into the hot seat, so who is your first pick of this round?
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to go with Scrizzy from Tier 2.
Oh, my. We have a Scrizzy, a wild Scrizzy appeared and was captured by Zethy, taking his first overall choice. That is the first pick from Tier 2 for anyone. What made you go with Scrizzy as your top choice?
Well, I was actually looking through the tracker pages for the tier 2 guys, and I thought he kind of hit a upswing in form, so might as well ride that.
I can definitely attest to that. He has improved. And he just said, let's go in chat in all caps. So I'm sure he's very happy and thrilled right now.
It's good to have enthusiasm.
Yep. Daddy Skriz or Skrizzy is now on your team. Whiff it good. Hopefully not doing that many actual whiffs in game, but I like the deep strategy you got going on, trying to figure out who's on their upswing. My question to you then, Zethy, is will Skrizzy be able to maintain that momentum? Or will he drop off later in the season and maybe need a bit of a sub to help you get through to the playoffs?
I have faith. I have a lot of faith in Skriz, my man. I think we should be good.
All right. Well, let's see where if that faith is well put or not. So thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again in the second round.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right. Rainey, at this point, quick pause in the middle of this draft. We're seeing a trend of some top tier players being picked first. Kind of expected that, but we're also starting to see some of these second tier, third tier players going as well. What's your expectation at this point?
Well, I'm happy at least we've had a couple that have gone outside of the tier 1 pick and just going in for the highest MMR. But I'm also really happy to hear that some of our players or captains that have been doing some insight and scouting on players, they have been actually using further resources. They have been going on trackers. They have been looking up their current MMR is, what their streaks are, and not just basing it off of a name and an MMR, which I'm really happy to hear that. And I'm really happy to hear that we're slowly banding outside of the tier 1, but those tier 1 picks are almost coming to a close for everybody. So we are eventually going to start going into more heavily for tier 2, 3s, and 4 as well.
As a reminder to everyone, you can only pick once from each tier. And if a captain exists in a tier, that captain cannot pick anyone from that tier. So it does limit choices to a certain degree and does make you think outside the box. You can't just take the next available MMR every time. So we'll see how the strategies unfold. It's a great call out, Rainey. And who's up next?
Looks like up next we have, did you say, was it Uptown Goal that we have for Little Squidder? Little Squid, Squiddy RL? Squiddy RL, are you in here with us? Oh, it's Loomis. Hello,
Can we
Loomis.
get some more names for Rainey to try again?
Little Squiddy RL. There we go. It's when there's gamer tag names can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, but welcome back, Loomis. Glad to have you here again.
Thank you.
Have
Yeah,
our team
glad to be
captain
back.
said anything for Uptown Goal?
I think he's very excited to play this season. He seemed really bummed that he couldn't be here with us today. But he had to go make some money in order to pay these players. So
Well, awesome. Well, tell us, please. We're all dying to know. What is Uptown Goal's #1 pick this season?
Uptown Goals are going to go with Rambus.
Rambus. Alrighty. Well, he is another tier 1 pick for our Friday group. He is at 1314 MMR currently as of this season, and that will eventually bring our totals team MMR to about the 2500s, excuse me. Yep, 2537 total. And Loomis, we'll catch you back here soon, man.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, and as y'all can see over here, once again, 2537. Ooh, 2537 for our total team's MMR for Uptown Goal for picking Kurt Rambus. Kurt, congratulations. And we are going to be moving on to our next team. Our team thoughtfully named off of one of the major mans in this Discord, Mr. Skitch, and that is Team Etch-a-Skitch. And that is going to be captained by the
when I was a kid.
I did too. Oh man, but alrighty, for our team captain, we have the Implication, but it looks like we have another representative for us today, Droppin Hoffman. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. That's my Steam name. It changes all the time, but.
Alrighty. Well, welcome. You are the Implication.
How are you guys doing? Yes.
We're doing great. We're happy here for draft day, and we're happy to have you here today. And we are looking forward to hearing what is your tier 1 pick for this season 7.
Well, I'm actually not going in tier 1 first because 16 MMR difference isn't that big to me. I was looking in the tier 3 for my first pick, and I'm gonna go with Gomi because I was actually checking out his Rocket League tracker, and he's chilling around like Champ 2 and 3v3 right now. So
I think Gomi is a very good pick. I've played a lot of competitive matches with Gomi, having him as a third, and I could say he's very adaptable, and he is a great personality once again. He's in with any group, honestly. So I think that was a very smart choice.
Yeah, I'm new to the server, but I was just doing a little bit of research. Yeah, I'm trying to have good personalities and adaptability on the team. That sounds great.
Yep, Gomi is definitely one to put in the effort, and he will fit in great with your team. And welcome to the server once again. But we are here for Etch-a-Skitch, and our total MMR brings that up to 2214 as of right now. Implication, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to having you back.
Thank you.
Alrighty, catch you soon. And back over to you, Riff.
I gotta say, that is a fantastic early pick on Gomi. Whoever took him at any point is a steal. So that's a lot of forethought that went into that pick. I highly, highly support that one. You're going to get a lot of good aggressive corner touches and a lot of good offensive pressure plays out of Gomi. Wonderful pick there. But moving right along, we just had the Implication in for Etch-a-Skitch. So next is going to be Nazhole with the Golden Goals. But again, Nazhole is not here today. Filling in for Nazhole, I believe, is actually one of our production team members, Big G. Big Gigantic, are you there?
Hey, how's it going, Riff? How's it going, Rain?
It's going well.
Hello.
Thank you very much for stepping in. Can you give us a little detail as to what made Naz unavailable for such a momentous occasion?
At this point, I'm not really too sure. I got a message late last night, and I said I would fill in for him, and I feel honored to be here. And beyond that, I don't know. So,
as you should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad
I'm going
that
to make
you
my
are
pick,
able
and
to step.
so
We
Go
have two
ahead, G.
casters here. They're
Go ahead,
battling.
G, the floor is yours. You're on the clock, my friend. Make your pick for Nez.
all right, man. I am going to go with I Rumble Fish for Naz. I think having a good Champ 2 by his side, someone to back him up, someone to pass to, is going to be really good for him. And I believe I've played with him a good amount of time. So, solid pick, I think, for Naz.
I have to agree with you, G. This is a very solid pick. In fact, I was just in a threes tournament with Rumblefish the other night, and we made it through most of the semis before getting knocked out in the last game of the semis in a 2-1
That's right.
loss. It was quite an occasion, and he and I had some great passing plays going and some great communication. So that's going to be an excellent addition to any team. Naz should absolutely feel lucky to have him. Let's get that team card up on the screen. Here we are, the Golden Goals, now at a total MMR of 2545 as I squish over to the side. So you can see Nazhole and Rumblefish together there. Great even split of MMR. That's going to be a great duo to see on the pitch. Taking it back to the main desk, we're going to move over to the next team on the list, and I have to get back down because I keep going to check who the picks are. Next one up is going to be Temple of Boom. Dr. Fro, join us in the booth.
My fellow San
Dr. Fro, are you there?
Yes, I am. How's it going?
It's going well.
Hello.
Fro, we met up in LA, I believe, was the first time we'd seen each other face to face. Is that the last time you've seen Old Farts in person?
Yeah. Oh, well, me and X-Men hang out sometimes since we only live like 15 minutes away from each other, but
why would you ever do such a thing?
I know. Why not hang out with me? We're in the same city, man.
no, I thought you were in San Antonio.
I am in San Antonio, but like
I know, I'm in
30
Austin.
minutes away from each other, probably. Whatever.
It's an hour from me. I'm in North
I'll see you on 6th Street.
All right. Clearly,
Yeah,
X-Men has diluted his mind into who is actually fun to hang out with. But let's see if you have better choices in your picks. Who is your first pick of the Season 7 draft?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a Tier 4 guy off the board, and I'm going to go with Sick Larry.
Nice. That is a great pick. Love the idea there. Sick Larry also joined us in LA for the recent LAN in March for RLCS, and the dude knows his game. He may not be up there in the ranks, but he knows how to look at all the angles and see what's going on the field. So that's going to be a very, I think, intelligent pick. Well done, Dr. Fro. Any other aspect that you're looking for Larry to provide to the team?
No, overall, I've played with him like once, maybe twice, but overall, I just know he's a fun dude to talk to and hang out with. So, just kind of going with somebody who's easy to get along with.
All right, Temple of Boom, looking for the chill vibes overall, and just once for the camera, we have to. He's a Sick Larry with the hands. Congrats, Dr. Fro, on your first pick, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. Rainey, back to you for the next set of picks.
Alrighty, this is our last 2 teams, one for each Friday, Sunday for our first round of picks. And our last team for our Friday group is going to be Flock of Scarabs, captained by Bug or Flacco. Bug, I just joined in here. How are you? Mr. Bug, are you here with us?
Yes, I am. How's it going, guys?
Hello. Welcome here and welcome to the first round picks. Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, I am. It's my first season, so I guess I'll try my best in picking a good team.
Alrighty, well, the floor is yours, man. Please make your first tier pick or your first round pick here for you.
My first round pick, I'm gonna go tier 2. I've never played with. I mean, I played with some of these guys, but being my first season, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Party Turtle.
Alrighty, Party Turtle, congratulations, and you are the second pick for Tier 2 Friday's team. What were you looking in as far as Party Turtle is joining your team?
I looked at his RL stats and his overall rank is he's a constant champ or champ 2, and I seen most of his assists are kind of close to his shots. So good assists means for a good teammate, a good passer.
So lots of consistency, it sounds like, and a great team player as well. So thank you so much, Bug, for joining us, and we will catch you here later, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, bye-bye. And that is the end for our first round for our Friday group. Flock of Scarabs, captained by Bug, and now adding on Party Turtle RL, bringing the total team's MMR to 2534 as of right now. We're now going to move on to our Sunday group. Karma Chameleon. Great song. And also one I won't mispronounce, luckily. And that is going to be captained by Tripman this season. Tripman, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome, Tripman. Does it make you nervous by chance just to be that last pick for Sunday?
No, not really. It puts me in a good position to plan out my team a little bit better, knowing I'm going to be the first pick for the Sunday League again. So I think it actually gives me a little bit of an advantage.
All right, beautiful. Glad to hear it. And the floor is yours. Please tell us, what is your first round pick for your team this season?
All right, I'm going to go with Crispy in Tier 2.
Crispy, and I'm assuming that is, oh yeah, no, we have a Crispy and then we have a Crispy dad. So Crispy, congratulations for being the first pick for Tier 2 this season, and I'm sure Tripman is absolutely over the moon to have you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Tripman, for joining us. We are going to have you back on here later. And as you can see right behind me, everyone, Karma Chameleon, Tripman's MMR at 1417, joined with Crispy, is going to bring the team's total to 2684. I do see, just kind of through all the for now, that looks like actually the highest MMR, even out of Friday's leagues as well, is the only one I see out of 2600 plus. So that may have that going for them as of right now, but everyone's pretty even, mark somewhere between 2350 and 2680. So thank you everybody for our first round picks. We're now going to be moving to round 2.
Well, before we get to round 2, a couple of housekeeping announcements. I do want to remind everyone, we have the giveaway coming up later in the stream. It's a Nintendo Switch. It has been donated by one of our production team members and server, I'll say lovers, who we appreciate so much, and Fallen. Thank you very much for your generous donation to make this giveaway possible. The Switch is up for grabs for anyone that wants to enter the right way. The right way meaning type in hashtag Switch space your Discord handle, and you will be entered in on Twitch to this giveaway. You have to be watching the stream. You have to be in the chat in order to enter it in, and you have to put your Discord name into the entry. If you do not put your Discord name in, you will be disqualified. So don't make that mistake. In addition, if you're subscribed to our Twitch channel, you will get an extra entry. So make sure, use your Prime sub if you haven't yet, or just sub to us the normal way. We'd be happy to have you. Get your entries in, and you will have that chance to take home the Nintendo Switch. That will come near the end of the stream for that announcement. Rainey, what other aspects are we looking at for reminders for folks?
As far as reminders go, once again, you can always join us on our Twitter, our Patreon, our Discord. I believe we have a YouTube channel that is getting up and running as of right now. And here, if you're viewing us on twitch.tv/RLOldFarts, that follows for everything else except for our Discord, which is Rocket League Old Farts. Please join us. We are welcoming and open-armed, and we have tons of events coming up for Season 7, along with other events and celebrations. But we also will be meeting at Worlds in August. I'm so excited, and it's here in my state, so I get to go.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to Worlds. It's going to be a blast. I believe, I need to double check the numbers, but I think we have close to 60 plus Old Farts confirmed as going to Dallas Worlds. That's huge. We're definitely going to take over the entire stadium. So anybody who has not made mention in the Discord that you are going, please raise your hand and say so we can connect We can have a good time together, and we can get you to be another loud old fart in the stands with us. But that being said, it is time for round number 2 of the draft. And as Tripman mentioned, we are snaking back around. So Tripman is going to be up first for the Sunday League with his second pick. Let's get Tripman in the call. Tripman, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, and I can hear you too. Tripman, so you said you were positioning yourself based on being able to take 2 picks in a row. What was your thought process, and not who your pick is, but what's your strategy going into it?
Yeah, so I'm looking for people that I know are going to play well together. Either I know that they have played together, or I've played with them in the past. And so having 2 picks in a row kind of gives me an opportunity to look at who all is available and then make the decision from there.
Wonderful. All right, so then you, sir, are on the clock. Who is your second pick of the draft?
All right, so I'm going to jump to tier 4 and take Captain Ruba.
Captain Ruba. I have to disagree with this pick right on the face, because this is potentially the worst pick of the entire draft. I'm going to say this now. Ruba will be the downfall of any team that he plays on, and in fact, nobody really likes him. So unfortunately for you, Tripman, I can't agree with your strategy here, but I can only wish you the best. Good luck the rest of the way, my friend. You're gonna need it.
Thanks, Riffraff. Appreciate it.
Anytime. So, as the least favorite person of everyone in the server gets picked, Captain Ruba there, we are moving right along to the second round pick for the Friday division. That's Flock of Scarabs. Bug will be joining us again in the booth. Bug, are you on the line?
I am. And I am
Welcome
most
back,
definitely not Screezy.
I think we knew, but I appreciate you clarifying for everyone at home that you are not Scrizzy. That is very important to know. Yeah, so very, very aware of you. Very, very nice. So Bug, you now have the second pick. You only had 1 pick in between, and Tripman's pick did not matter. You're effectively getting a 1-2 punch. So make sure that you are, I'm assuming you already had this planned out. What was going to be your strategy going into this pick?
Well, I did have a plan, but now that I see a lot of people have been taken from my list, rude. I have to take another road. So with my second pick, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with Fallen Justice.
Fallen Justice. Fallen Justice is currently the highest available player in tier 3 of the Friday League. So that's a good MMR decision there. Let's get the team's card up on the screen here, because we want to see the total MMR is now, it hasn't updated yet. It will in a moment. But with Party Turtle and Bug, that means that the top 3 tiers have been selected for the Flock of Scarabs. The only available tier left is going to be tier 4. So, Bug, do you have any last thoughts about strategy or what your plan is going to be for this final tier?
Yes, I do. I've got my eye on a couple, so hopefully they won't get picked. But that's the only thing I can hope for. Sorry.
Okay. No, hey, I appreciate it. You're playing it close to the chest. You don't want to give anything away. I can respect that. I have to do my job and ask you anyway. So thank you for your time on this. We'll see you a little bit later in the draft when we come back around the snake to the final picks of the Friday division.
Yes, sir.
Yep, thank you. Moving right along, Rainey, I believe you are next up with the following 2 picks.
We are next, and we are next for our second pick for Sunday's team for Temple of Boom, captained by Dr. Fro 21. Dr. Fro, I see you're in here. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, tell us. We're all wanting to know who is going to be your pick number 2, and do you have any background on why?
Yeah, so my next pick, it's going to be more of a sleeper. I've honestly not played with this guy, but everybody else in tier 3 is either a captain or the only other person I played with was Gomi, and he's already taken. So I'm going to go with a sleeper pick, and I'm going to go with John.
Alrighty. Mr. John, looks like John is in. I'm trying to find him right now. Yep, John
Good
is in our
strong
tier
Christian
4.
name.
He's the highest pick. Yeah. Couple books named after him, I think. But he is our highest
Exactly.
rank for our Sundays group at tier 4 with 954 MMR. I think that was a really smart pick, kind of going into another tier that hasn't really been selected from too much.
No, he's
but
on tier 3. He's on tier 3 according to the list that I
I
was
see
looking at.
John at the top of tier 4 for Sunday as of right now. He is sitting at 954. Oh, John Goku Zumi. We have 2 Johns. Of course we have 2 Johns. But John Goku, yeah, sitting at 818. He is a middle tier pick for tier 4. He is a sleeper pick for you, but just from word around the block, you heard all good things from him. I've actually played with John Goku now that I think about it, so. But thank you, Fro, for joining us again. We'll loop back around to you for our last in round 3 pick. I hope you're happy with this picking and choosing from tier 4.
I am.
Alrighty. Well, thank you again. We're going to move on now to Golden
I'm sorry.
Gals once again.
Here. Just need to jump in here. Just
Hello,
we're
Sketch.
hearing hello, Sketch. Invading the chat
Yeah.
group, the hot seat being
it's
taken
kind
over
of an
by
emergency.
Sketch78.
The last pick was John from the Sunday draft list at the bottom, tier 3, not John Goku, who is a tier 4 Friday list. So whoever's running the spreadsheet needs to correct that.
Okay, that's the first John I was looking at. John with that 954 MMR for the Sunday group. Yes. Okay, that was originally what I thought.
All right, cool.
Alrighty, well, congratulations, Fro, for picking John. For our Sunday group at the top of tier 4, we're now going to be moving back over to Golden Goals, I believe. Golden Goals, yes. Captained by Nashole for his pick number 2 of season 7. I believe we're waiting for him to move in right now after our little invasion from Skitch. But I did hear Naz, he was paying off some teams to pick off certain players just between me and you and me. That way they wouldn't get chosen immediately, or that they're holding off. But I have heard he has been paying off some teams and some other producers and whatnot. So we're gonna have to watch out for him. That's just word around the block as of right now. But
it's a dangerous game to play.
I think,
well, this is
I'd
Big
say
G
I know a lot of
filling in
football
for
teams
Naz,
do
but
it.
I do not think anything like that was happening, unfortunately. But I am here, and
heard it from other team
we're playing
captains.
fair. No.
Well, Big G, welcome, and thank you for filling in here for Naz. Do you have his second pick for his season this round?
I do, and I'm gonna go with Chris YKK. He's a longtime old fart, and I've played with him myself. I know Naz has played with him for quite a while, so I think someone he knows how to play with well.
I think that is definitely a good pick. He is an OG player, and I have personally played with Chris many times as well, and I think he fits into any good friendly group. He is very vocal and outspoken, so we'll see how well that's going to fit in with everyone else. But for a tier 3 pick for Naz's team, I do think they will blend well together, and Naz will be able to keep a good momentum and a good flow going with all those players. But thank you, Big G, for replacing Naz for his second pick of the draft. That is going to bring, let's see, we're waiting for them to pull it up right now for their total MMR, but that's going to bring up their total MMR, I believe, to around the 36, maybe 3,700 range, if I remember his MMR correctly. And that will be it for the Golden Goals' second pick for this round. We're now going to move back over to Riff Raff for Etch a Sketch, captained by the Implication.
Before we get to Etch a Sketch, I do want to make a note for the production team and for all the viewers at home. We have run into a slight hiccup with the team cards. It seems that people with the same name got left off in the drop-down list because they were pulling from the same type of information. So that's why John was not visible, and that's also now why Chris was not able to be visible on this second card. So we know that that the Golden Goals and Temple of Boom do have pick number 2 satisfied in the books, but it is not going to show up on stream, unfortunately. So we can't give you accurate numbers there. Our apologies, but now you know what to expect there. Moving right along, though, we are back to Etch a Sketch with the Implication. Are you in the call?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you prefer the Implication or do you prefer Droppin' Hoffman?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right, a man of many names. Well, Mr. Hoffman, not of the Dennis variety. Who is your second pick of the draft?
I'm gonna go tier 1 this time, and I'm gonna go with Brady.
Brady. So is it Brady Fee or Bradiff or Brad? I never understand with people's names. Have you played with him before?
I have not. Like I said before, I'm new to the server, and I'm just going off of their recent gameplay on Rocket League Tracker to see.
Very fair. So it sounds like you need to spend some time in the private lobbies we have going on every day.
Yeah, I do.
Well, we do hope to see you in there. The more you play with the folks in the server, the better you get. That's for sure. But Brady, congrats on going in the second round here. And Mr. Hoffman, I will say good luck to you as well.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're very welcome. We'll
Bye-bye.
see you
Thank
a
you.
little later. Next up on our pick list, we are back up to Uptown Goal with Lil Squiddy RL. It's important that it's not little, it's Lil. In fact, I heard growing up on the streets that Squiddy had a bit of a rough encounter in his childhood and is now making good on the RL scene, trying to bring his experience into his gameplay. Squiddy, are you there in the call?
No. But Loomis is back.
Oh, no.
Loomis is. A wild Loomis.
Just to be clear, folks, Loomis did not have a rough childhood in the streets, so this is not a representative pick. But Loomis, who is Lil Squiddy? I just showed my age. Who is Squiddy picking for the second round?
Squiddy is going to go with Verbose Rhetoric.
Verbose Rhetoric, an interesting pick. I believe there were some grumblings in the league chat leading up to the draft about perhaps some unfair advantages about server positions in the country. I think Verbose was trying to lead a revolt of some sort to get all games played on US West servers. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem very fair to anybody besides him. So thankfully, that idea was shot down. Loomis, can you give us any insight here as league commissioner?
All I can say is that I keep letting Verbose know that if he wants it done his way, he's welcome to take over. And I'm still here.
Wow. Gauntlet thrown down, Verbose. What are you going to say about that? Because, frankly, put up or shut up, says Loomis Lear. Loomis, thank you very much for jumping in and
we'll see
effectively... Yeah, we'll definitely see you back soon. And effectively putting Verbose in his place. Verbose, would love to see you in Twitch chat with a response. In the meantime, the Uptown Gold card is up over my shoulder. 3562 is the total MMR. A very interesting spread of mostly even. Everyone's within 300 MMR or so. So that could be a very good team going into the late game of the season. Rainey, why don't you tell us who's coming up next?
Coming up next, we have our next team, With It Good, captained by Zethy. He already has his first pick, Daddy Skriz, which I believe is our Skrizzy. And we are now awaiting his pick number 2. Zethy, are you with us?
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Hello. Alrighty, what are you looking forward to for your pick number 2? Any other strategy?
I think I'm gonna roll the dice a little bit and go with the tier 4. And I'm gonna get Mikey, the bad guy.
Mikey the bad guy for tier number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your
And that's
reasoning
thanks to
behind
my-
Mikey?
It's thanks to my consigliere, Skrizzy has played with him before, so deferring to him.
Now, I'm not sure here, but I do not see Mikey under the tier 4 list to be chosen from for Sunday's group.
Yeah, we're going to need
see
a
the
clarification
remaining
from the
ones are-
production team to confirm that we don't have perhaps a list that was generated before some swaps were made and some people left the league and then new subs were joined in. We're going to let that happen in the meantime in the background and simply move on to the next pick. So, Rainey, who is up next?
Thank you so much for joining us, Zethy, again. Our next team that we're going to be looking at is going to be Sexual Whelan, captained by Chris. He already has his pick number 1 being Succulent Sal, who may or may not be causing some problems or a little troublemaker there from what I've heard. But let's see, are you in here? Doesn't look like
Chris
he's
was
joined in here yet, Mr. Chris. Oh, it's Loomis
Again,
again. Hello, Loomis.
Hello.
You know,
So-
Loomis,
so
I
what
never
happened
get
to
tired of
Chris?
hearing your voice.
He's at work. He's got to earn some money for the rest to pay his teammates, so we let him go.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Got to have that extra pocket strategy in there. But if we could, please, what is Chris's second round pick for his team?
Chris's second round pick is gonna be Rainwater.
Hey,
Little me?
That is correct. Little old you get to go
Well,
in the second round.
I cannot begin to tell you how good of a choice that is. I am your girl. I am there for you. And I will dominate this season. Nothing else matters. I will be there. And I'm excited to play for Chris's team. And definitely will be giving him a good high five when we're in the winner's circle at the end of the season.
I have to say, this is probably only almost as big of a travesty as me going first overall in the last draft. That should never happen. And I'm just going to say, good luck, Rain.
Well, thank you so much. I don't think this was a
Enjoy your
mistake
team.
whatsoever. It was probably the best decision of his life. Having me on his team, that will be having us, Chris Succulent, and myself for his second round pick. I'm happy to be on Sexual Wheeling, and I will be playing that song every day until we meet the winner's circle. Thank you so much. And congratulations to me. Now I think we're
want
going
to
to
see
be
the
moving
sexual
back on
wheel
to
and
Demo
dance,
She
Rady.
Wrote.
Come on, do the
Oh yeah,
dance.
no,
Yeah.
you don't want to see my dance moves. I'll do it after I get off stream.
All right. Well, we will move on to Demo She Wrote with RL Shrigg as the captain, previously picking Biggest Nickus. We're excited to hear who his second pick is going to be. Shrigg, are you in the call?
Yes, I am.
Oh, says so with authority. All right. Shrigg,
Oh, well, I
so
guess I'll just fire it off here.
please go for it. You're on the clock.
All right. Well, make it short and sweet then. I'm going to be taking Belial and looking at his ball chasing stats. He's a real grit grinder in the private matches. Really excited to have him on the team, and I think he's going to be a strong addition.
Now, when you say Belial is a grit grinder in the private matches, have you had personal experience playing with Belial?
I have not.
Okay, that's an interesting point to make then. Taking word of mouth over personal experience, it's a gutsy move for Demo She Wrote, says... Oh boy, we're still having a problem with that comma. I thought I had removed it. But it's a gutsy move going without knowing the actual player. Shrigg, good luck the rest of the way, and we appreciate you jumping in.
Riff, can you hear me?
Well, thanks for having me.
I can hear you.
Okay, I got to jump in here, and we're going to have to get Shrigg back, because as a point of order, he cannot have 2 tier 2 players on his team.
Oh, draft rules broken. Shrigg, get back in this call right now, sir. You are being sent to the corner for a timeout. All right, we're looking for... Oh, there he is.
Hey.
He's back. So according to our league commissioner, Loomis, you're a dirty rule breaker and should be drawn and quartered. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm looking at the draft list here, and so last.
Wait, am I just dumb? I looked at the wrong team.
Oh boy, Loomis bringing accusations with no evidence. Shrigg, we have to, on behalf of the Old Farts News Network. Oh, everyone's invading now.
Blame it on Loomis. He's fired.
Verbose.
Loomis, my old
your
teammate,
services are needed.
He's out here trying to take me down.
Clearly. So Shrigg, on behalf of the Old Farts News Network, we offer you a sincere apology on air. Sometimes our fact checkers are just dumb. And I think that's evidenced here today. Loomis, get the hell out of my studio.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
You can leave, sir.
Yeah, I'll consider whether or not I'd like to accept that, and then get back to you next round.
That is a fair response, sir. So after that ridiculousness, I hope everybody else understands that Loomis has best intentions in mind, but frankly, he's old and forgets things sometimes. So we'll move on in the draft to the next team up with this way. Renegade Duck, hop on in here because we need your second round pick.
Hopefully Loomis will join in again.
Renegade Duck, are you there?
I'm here, and real quick, I just gotta stick up for Loomis. He's dealt with so many issues this week. We can't do too hard on him.
So you're right that Loomis has dealt with plenty already and deserves everyone's appreciation for putting together another what is going to be a very successful season of league play. That being said, he's public enough that I get to bash on him whenever I want. So suck it, Loomis.
How much
in the meantime,
did he pay you to say that.
Not. I signed an NDA. I cannot release that.
Oh, we got contracts pulling out now.
All right. Well, Renegade, we won't hold your feet to the fire over that, but we will ask you for your second round pick. Who's it going to be?
Absolutely. Well, I'm locked in for a tier 1 player already, so I'm gonna hop to tier 4. A little heartbroken I can't take Rainy. I talked with my first round pick, and Big Green had suggested you to, but that's okay. Gonna go with the next best option, Premeditated.
Premeditated. I have to say, this entire pick was premeditated. Very smooth move, not taking the available tier 1 pick since you know you're going to get Zachary anyway. Love the strategy involved there, but premeditated now going for Renegade Duck and Whiff This Way. Good luck to your Duck. And by the way, thank you for all of your participation and support with the league itself as well. Many people don't know you work behind the scenes on making this place what it is in addition. So thank you for your service, sir, not Loomis.
Just a little bit. Thanks. All right. I'll catch you next round, guys.
Absolutely. Take care. Whiff This Way, and now over my shoulder, 3141, I believe, is the MMR total. And hopefully we'll get that average up once we have a 0 gone from that pick 3 column. We're going to move on to our next set of picks. Rainey, take it away.
We are on now to Throwing Pains for our Sunday group, captained by Papa34. It's been a minute since we've heard from him, starting at the list with some of the first picks, and a strong pick, I would say, with Percussive being his first. Papa, what do you have in mind for your second for your team?
My second pick just got picked. So
oh
no! Here.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. I was actually looking at. I played with Belial in the private matches as well, and I was looking forward to that. But you know what? We're just gonna go in tier 2 and take Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve, I think that's a very smart backup pick for your team. Have you personally played with him?
I have not.
All right, so kind of
But
just
we will be playing
hearing
quite
through
a
the
bit
grapevine.
together. So.
That is true. Y'all will be playing together. So for your team so far, we have Papa, Percussive, and Scuba Steve, bringing your current total team MMR to 3484. And you have one pick left to go. Hopefully you get your last and final pick, Papa. We'll see you back here soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to be going to Fake on Me, our Friday group, once again, captained by Crispy Dad. Crispy, are you here?
Crispy Dad is here.
Hello, welcome back once again. Are you
Crispy Dad
here?
also
Are
talks
you
in
ready?
the third person.
Yes, he does. I do too. Sometimes
There's a
Frizzy
few
does
of us
as
here.
well, if you've all heard. Yep, but definitely, I mean, so far, do you kind of have the building blocks for your team for your pick 2? Has he been chosen or her chosen yet?
Yeah, so I was actually just talking to who I'm gonna pick for my pick 2, and it's actually my season 4 co-champion, Wilham 30.
Wilham 30. I see him. He is in tier 2, sitting at about just over 1115 MMR, and that's great. You have some history and you've played with him before. Do you think he's going to play well alongside Disaster Piece?
Certainly hope so. That's the goal, right?
Certainly hope so. That's all you can do is cross your fingers and hope. But while we're waiting on that MMR to update for us, hopefully you've gotten some insight as well who your last and final pick will be. Luckily, it will be snaking back down to you in just a moment, honestly. So definitely keep that in mind on who you're looking out for, and maybe some secret picks of maybe someone no one really knows too much about, and maybe pull that out of the bag for everyone. But that's going to be pulling up your total MMR as of right now to 3548 for your group. Crispy, thank you so much for joining us. We'll hear back from you soon.
Sweet. See you shortly. Bye.
All right. See you shortly. Riff Raff, I'm going to bring it back to you for our next team, Trash Formers.
Well, before I get to the Trash Formers, I do have to question the league committee. Crispy did admit to talking to his pick before the pick was made. I don't know if there are some agreements happening under the table. We've already seen Loomis accuse somebody, unrightfully so. So I don't know if there's some dealings going on, but we need to get to the bottom of this. So Twitch chat, let's get your assumptions, because that's all they're going to be. Let's get your assumptions in chat now. What's really going on here? Hashtag I'm just asking questions. On to the next pick. We have Fake on Me and not Fake on Me, excuse me. Trash Formers. Absolutely, I'm starting fires. I think we have Loomis in the chat with us. I'm going to pretend I said nothing of what I just said prior and simply say, hi, Loomis. Welcome to the hot seat again. And making your pick for DRG Firestalker of the Trash Formers team. Who is Firestalker taking for their second pick?
You know, he looked at the list, and I think it played out pretty much the way he thought it would. And there's no bad picks here in the second round. But I think he's going to go with Egomaniacal Flying Object.
Ooh. So we know Ego from his time as a caster as well. He's on the Twitch team, and happily so. We're happy to have him. But what do you know about his play on the field?
You know, I'm sure it's pretty, even for his rank. And what's the worst that can happen? We get to call him out more on stream.
All right. What's the worst that can happen from Loomis Lear, representative for DRG Firestalker, as the Trash Formers have their third pick? And we're going to take it right from there to the next team. You can see, we have Egomaniacal is too long of a name to show the MMR properly on screen. We'll have to account for that next time. But moving right along, we are back up to the Breakfast Club with Red Bull 4L as the captain, looking for their second pick. And guess who's back? Say hi again, Loomis.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
You have like multiple personalities.
Made any
like
arrogant comments about me yet?
No more comments of that nature. We're having fun. All right. So who is going to be your second pick now for the Breakfast Club?
For the Breakfast Club, we're going to hop on over and we're going to go ahead and pick up Panda Bear.
Panda Bear. So that is the highest available tier 2 player in the Friday League that's still left over. That's a pretty good spot for Breakfast Club, coming in at near the end of the snake in tier 2. In round 2 of the draft. So I think that's a very smart pick. We'll see where it takes that team. Has Loomis, do you know Panda Bear? Have you played with Panda Bear?
Personally, I don't believe that I have. It's possible that I have, but there's a lot of people here, and I play with a lot of them. So I might have, gotten old and forgotten, but I don't believe that I have.
That's fair. I also know there are a couple of pandas now currently making their way into the server, perhaps less of an endangered species at this point. But thank you for your time, Loomis. We'll see you again in the third round as we get back around the snake.
Yes, sir.
All right,
and we're going to be moving on to our last two finals for this round 2 pick. Our last Sunday group, Careless Esper, captained by Oedi123. Oedi, I think he is just now joining us in the hot seat. Welcome back. I think he's muted right now. But as of right now, Oedi is sitting at 830 MMR and has chosen Proddy Joe. There he is. I hear him. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, so I don't need a strategy for this. Just given my positioning and basically how the draft would go or was foreseeable to be going, I would have limited choice in both tier 2 and tier 3. So it doesn't make a difference very much, I believe. So I will go with basically between Fishery and Maker's Rock. I think it's a wash, so to speak. So I think I'll go with Fishy. Just because I like the name.
Fishy,
So, there you go.
Fishy does have a great name. He also has a great goal explosion that matches as well. And I have played with him personally,
All
and
right.
he is a great player, great personality. Once again, I think he will be a great addition to your team. Fishy will now be bumping up your total team's MMR to 3315, and you are now going to be down here shortly to your last pick for your team. Hopefully, you got some backups and in time waiting for you. Thank you, Eddie, for joining us. We're now going to be
All right,
going on
thank
to
you.
our last team. We're now going to be going down to our last team for Friday of our round 2 picks. Dunky Brewster, captained by Dr. Resilient. Dr. Resilient will be joining us and getting in here shortly. Dr. Resilient has now joined us. Welcome back.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hi, it's good to see you and talk to you again. Resilient, are you looking forward? You've kind of got the last pick now for round 2.
Yeah, so basically every strategy that I had and all the people that I picked are gone. So I had you for tier 4, so I was like, oh man, I should have picked tier 4
I know, I'm
earlier.
everyone's favorite. It's okay.
Because we're in like the private matches, and then Panda Bear got swooped away from me too. So yeah, just kind of trying to figure out who I know would work with us better. So I'm gonna go ahead and do you want me to wait on that, or are you guys
No,
ready?
please.
No, please. If you have your number 2
I'm gonna go
pick ready to go.
Yes, I do. It is going to be out of tier 2. It's going to be Low Rigs.
Low Rigs, congratulations. You're now the second pick for Dunky Brewster, captained by Resilient. Have you played or had some time to play with Low Rigs or anything you've heard about him if you haven't played?
Yeah, not too personally, like one-on-one or anything, but he's been in some of the private matches, and I do see he's also a Season 6 league finalist, so that's definitely a good sign too.
Honestly, I think that was a good choice. And I also noticed all 3 of y'all so far on this team start with the letter R. So if I'm ever casting, that's going to be fun. But congratulations once again. That's going to bring up your total
you.
MMR to nearly 3,700. And we will be hearing from you shortly. I think we'll be having a break here soon for your third and final pick for your team. So think hard, think strong, and hopefully you get that last pick you want.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Resilient, for joining us. Riff, I'm going to give it back to you.
All right. Well, we have just gotten through the second round of the draft. There is only one more to go. And there are a couple of patterns that I'm seeing emerge. Number one, it looks like some people are starting to feel like they should have gone into tier 4 and tier 3 earlier in the draft. We did call it. Rainwater, you actually mentioned this first, that you want to see who's going to jump into those lower tiers to get the right pickup early on. And I think that is starting to pay off. We're seeing a couple people get a little flummoxed. At this point, Rainey, what's your expectation for the rest of this list?
I mean, my expectation as far as standing, I think the one person, I cannot remember whose team it was on the Fridays team, but he was smart in knowing that that tier 1 pick was going to be his by default. And he went ahead and moved on to another tier to choose from because obviously no one else could pick him. So I think that was a good strategy on end there. But definitely, I think I did call it a little bit earlier on that it is good to have a good, strong, high player on your team. But even more so, like you said, Riff, it's going to be even stronger when y'all are a little bit closer in MMR and y'all are going to be able to work together slightly more, not be out mechanicked or outplayed by your team members and going to have a really good flow and connection with each other. I am looking forward to seeing who the fourth pick for a lot of these teams is going to be to kind of wrap it all up. That will definitely make or break a team with having that fourth and final player. So we'll get on to it here soon, and looking forward to seeing what our final teams and groups are going to be for season 7.
Well said. Before we do get to the final round, just another announcement. We do have that Nintendo Switch available for you to take home should you want to enter the giveaway today. A rule reminder, not only do you have to enter the correct way as a Twitch viewer, but you also have to be a Discord member of the Rocket League Old Farts. If you're viewing this stream and you want to join the Discord, Discord gets you the command to the link. It's discord.gg/Rocket League Old Farts, or RL Old Farts. Join us. We love everybody. We want everybody. And frankly, there needs to be a fun, safe, inviting place for older gamers who enjoy this game that we love so much. So happy to have you join in. And when you enter on Twitch with #Switch space your Discord handle, you are entered into the drawing to receive this Nintendo Switch, being provided courtesy of N-Fallen. Thank you, N-Fallen, again for your generosity. Another reminder, if you are a subscriber to our Twitch channel, you will get 2 entries. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're a Discord member and get the entry in correctly. If you don't put your Discord name in there, it will be disqualified. This is going to be the last reminder, because after this round, we will announce the winner. So stick around for that. In the meantime, let's get to the final round of this draft. We're down to the last picks. It's going to be a fight every step to see who gets who. And some strategies, I think, are paying off. Like Rain mentioned earlier, I believe it was Renegade Duck who waited on his tier 1 pick because he knew he had him guaranteed. So he'll have Zachary in the bag and now can focus on the other, or now can take Zachary, was able to focus earlier on their other picks. What's everybody else going to do? So we're starting back at the top of the list. Donkey Brewster, Resilient, get back in here, and let's hear who your final pick of the draft is.
All right, so for my final pick of the draft, I'm going to go for Lurofop, I think is his name.
Yes,
tier 4.
Lurofop. We're going to go with that because we have no way of pronouncing this name.
I remember I had trouble with him pronouncing his name in a twos tourney.
So, Lurofop, if you're in Twitch chat, please jump in and say so. We would love to hear a phonetic pronunciation of your name. Help us out here. Again, Resilient, congratulations on being able to pick your whole team, getting your team together. Good luck this season, and we'll see where it shakes out.
Thank you. Yeah, I look forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Excellent. I'm sorry, I've just been given some information that makes no sense. Apparently, his name is Lur of Omicron Persei 8. I never would have understood that one. Thank you, production team, for doing the research that we need. But what? Someone's got to understand the reference, because I don't. I'm too old for this. In the meantime, let's get over to our next team, Careless Esper. Owedi123, you're back on the clock as soon as you get back into the hot seat. There you are. Make sure to unmute yourself, because we can't hear you yet.
Yeah.
There he is.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Of Omega. Oh my god. Awesome name. Again, I have limited choice, so I just... Well, I couldn't look up Mr. Waterdick, and I wanted to say Mr. Waterdick as well, but I'm going to go with Crosser now.
Crosser. Why do I not see him on my list?
XER not.
Ah, Exernaut. Okay, there he is.
I said cross and not.
So-
Sorry.
I was
Exernaut
confused by
from Tier
that.
3.
I used to call him Zernot as well. So who the hell knows with these names?
Zernot.
But we have fun with it. So I've played
That's
with
right.
Exernaut a number of times, and I think that's a pretty solid pick, especially in tier 3 here. Great player, great person to have as a personality. You now have a completed team. So what is your thought going into practice sessions for your first couple of games? What are you going to bring to your team as strategy? What are you going to bring to your team as a focus going into round 1 of the season?
I think most importantly, I would like to see that we get a strategy with very different skill levels. I think we have to figure out how do we make it work. I think that's the most important part, because people are usually used to play with their own skill levels. So we need to figure out strategies and tactics to make sure everybody is used in the best way, and the communication is up and running, right? And we know what we're doing, and we'll see where we actually are, because I think MMR gives you so much of an idea where people are. But for instance, I play only single queue, so I played the F Fest or whatever it was called, and I did actually fairly well in that tournament. So the question is, how can we really work best as a team, right? And that's something we need to figure out and train and get our act together, I'd say, and make it fun and make it worthwhile.
Very
Like, do
good.
the
We
best
we
can.
hope that it is fun for you. We hope that you do get that team cohesion together. I have to say, what are you doing, man? Don't solo queue. We have an entire server of 3,500 players who would love to hang out with you. So make sure everybody out there in Twitch land, don't solo queue. You'll have a much better time hopping in a VC with anybody on this server. That said,
I bet.
good luck to
Okay.
you, Owedi. Wish you the best in this upcoming season.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Very welcome. All right, Rainey, back to you for the next 2. Oop. We have switched over to the Switch, and we need to be back to the main desk. Back to the studio.
That is still... Yeah, well, once the Switch is up there again, it is still up for grabs. Please, in chat, #Switch with your Discord handle to enter and join, just as a reminder. But we're going to be moving on to our next team. Our second team for our Friday group last pick is Breakfast Club, captained by Red Bull RL. Loomis is here as a representative once again. Loomis, what is going to be that last and final
what's
pick
up?
for Red Bull?
Are you tired of seeing me
Hello.
yet, Riff?
Oh, not at
Absolutely
all.
not.
You're my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just get right to it. Red Bull, with his final pick, is going to take Blight.
Alrighty, Red Bull picking Blight, and I think that is from tier 4. Yep, sitting at 870 MMR. That is going to be bringing up your total team's MMR to 4543 with the team average MMR of 1135. I think that's going to be pulling a really good number for y'all. I'm not sure if you've had any update from Red Bull for RL, but hopefully he is happy with what picks you were able to get for him today. And good luck to y'all with season 7.
Yeah. No updates yet, but hopefully we'll hear from him soon.
I'm sure we will be, and we'll be hearing from you soon again. Or we'll be hearing back from you soon as well. Loomis, thank you so much for joining us. And here we have a recap once again for Breakfast Club. The average team MMR over here, though, it is not showing correctly. The average is going to be 1,135 for their average team MMR for Breakfast Club. Red Bull, congratulations on your team. Looking forward to seeing you for season 7. We're going to be moving on now to Trash Formers, captained by DRG. Once again, looking forward to talking to him again. I do see some really good players on his team, having Doc and Ego, both really good personalities on their team and great all-around players. Of course, Loomis, once again, welcome back.
Hey. No, I just love being here so much that I decided I'd go ahead and do it right away.
Just one more time. Alrighty.
more
Well, have you heard from DRG for his third pick for Trash Formers this season?
Now, if I remember correctly, and I rarely do, I believe he's got a tier 2 player left to pick. And so I think
like you have
he's
one
going to
from
go
tier
with Maker's Rock.
I believe that is correct.
Yep. That
Yep.
looks right to me from what I see. Yep. Alrighty. Well, he is going to be having a good addition onto his team. That is the #1 MMR pick for tier 3 overall for Sunday's group, sitting at 1097 total. Once we get that updated here, we'll get to see a total team MMR and average as well. But I hope if you have heard from DRG, if he is happy and pleased with this pick, that he was able to get a #1 pick for a tier on his team. And also, all right, now that we have an update here, total team MMR is going to be brought up to nearly 4,400 at 4,375 and an average of 1093 per player. Thank you so much, Loomis, for being a representative
that
for so
leaves
many
us with a
today. I'm
great-
sure we'll hear from you soon. Yeah, hopefully that'll leave with some dubs and y'all will have a great season. Congratulations again, Makers Rocks.
Well, we're back to looking at some stats here before we get our next team on the hot seat. I do want to point out, I'm having a look at the average MMRs, and so far, there is less than 100 MMR between every team thus picked. So for the people that were concerned about how this draft was going to work, so far it's coming out pretty darn even. It's just a question of who gets played on what day against what team. So while you think about that, we're going to go ahead and get Crispy Dad in here for his final pick for the Fake On Me team. Crispy, are you there?
I'm here again.
You're here again, and we're happy to have you. Who is your last pick for Fake On Me?
All right, so I'm talking to my teammate Will Ham. And it sounds like he and Grandpa Wood have played together for a bit. So I think just to try and continue with that chemistry, we're going to go with Grandpa Wood.
Okay, the woodiest of grandpas being picked for Fake On Me. That is a tier 4 pick rounding out your team, and it looks like the total MMR 4328 with an average of 1082, right in that sweet spot for the average. So a very competitive team as well. Crispy, good luck to you in the coming season.
Great, thank you so much.
And we'll head back to the main studio as we get ready for Throwing Pains with Pawpaw34 jumping into the voice chat with us. Pawpaw, I believe you are now live. Can you hear us? Pawpaw, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So you, sir, have one final pick to go for your team. Who is Throwing Pains getting as their third pick?
We're gonna go with Quick Koala.
Quick Koala. That is the currently highest available tier 4 player on the Sunday League. Well done on that pick. That's a good pull. Quick Koala, also a recent joiner of the server, I believe has been training the last 3 months, prepping for this season by lifting penguins in the Antarctic region. We'll see if that pays off for you later in the season. Pawpaw, do you have any parting words for your fans and or competitors?
Well, yeah, we picked the koala for the Kiwi reference. So growing pains is going to cause some pain. Just saying.
All right. Throwing
and
Pain's
thank you,
looking
guys. This
to
has been great.
actually throw pain around the field. Look out for them being a very physical team based on the words of Captain Pawpaw34. Thank you very much and good luck.
Man, throwing some penguins. I would think be throwing some like eucalyptus or something. I thought that's what koalas liked. But anyways, we're gonna be moving on after that poor joke to whiff this way. And 1 second. And we're going to be talking a little bit actually and taking a breath for a second here and reviewing some of these teams here and what the picks are looking like as of right now. Riff, I'm sure you probably have a little bit more insight on some of these players and as a total collectively with some of these groups. What do you think so far?
So, first of all, I'm going to come back to that average MMR. That is a big, big tell in terms of how these teams are going to work out. And the fact that everybody is within 1,000 to 1,200 MMR so far as a total team average means the entire season is going to be competitive. It's now down to strategy of who you play and when you play them. Now, there are certain rules about how many times each player must participate in a given week during the season in order to qualify the team for the playoffs. Because, again, this is not the RLCS. We're a community of like-minded individuals who want to have a good time playing a game together. So everyone's going to get a chance on the pitch. The question is, when will that chance come for each player? And who is it going to be against? Right now, we could have a couple matchups where lower ranked players are playing against higher ranked opponents or vice versa. Or you might see the best go against the best, or you might see a real mix every week, every game. It's going to be exciting to look at as we get started with league play. And I believe, Rainey, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the first week of season 7 is this Friday?
I think so. It's June 12th right now. Yep, I think this Friday is definitely the first of the season. Definitely something to look forward to. And I think some other things to look forward to as well is some of these players that have not been yet chosen yet. It's going to be interesting to see what their pairings are with what remaining teams are left. Just looking at some names, I know Zachary is already basically predetermined to his team being the last tier 1 pick for Friday's group. And we do still have some remaining tier 1 picks. We have 3 in total actually from Sunday. And along with just some of these other names here I see, I know Katie, John Goku, Warhog, and JJ are all going to be great picks, and it just really depends who they're going to fall in line with for Friday's groups. And I also recognize and do not recognize some teams from or some players from Sunday, not galactic enough. I think will make a great pairing along with Exnos and Spacebar. I know of their names as well, but I've heard some things about the other players not selected yet. But it's going to be interesting to see who those last and final picks who are going to make or break and be the caboose and the anchor for these remaining teams. It'll really pull everything or make or break a team, like I said.
Yeah, that is going to be interesting to see. And I also actually want to pull out a couple of inside info bits on Not Galactic Enough, because not widely known is the fact that that was not his name the entire time in this server. I believe Not Galactic Enough was actually called out by new member Galactic, and there was a 1v1 showdown to determine who got to keep the name. It was a wonderful event for all to see, but that being said, I think you can see the result. He was clearly not galactic enough for that moment. We'll see if he's turned it around since then and can maybe bring his team to new heights, because he's going to be leading his team whoever he gets picked for, and somebody is getting away with a great player and a great addition on their side on Sunday. But enough about the possibilities. It's time to hear the next pick. Rainey, who do we have next?
Alrighty, absolutely. For our next team, it is going to be a Friday team. We're looking over to Whiff This Way, captained by Renegade Duck. I think he is already here in the lobby with us. Renegade, do you have your last pick for your team?
Give me Zachary.
Give you Zachary. Yep, I think you already knew that from the beginning, but definitely we've said it at least twice now. We think that was a very smart choice on your part to leave Zachary already known that he is going to be yours, and to move on to another tier to go ahead and get a head start. And all hats off to you. That was a very smart play, we think, in our minds. So congratulations, Zachary,
Thanks.
for
Hope it,
joining
hope
you.
it shakes out by the end of the season.
So Zachary, also known as ZCat RL or Spide X9, will be an early or another addition to your team, sitting at 1264 MMR, bringing your team's total. It looks like some things may be misconstrued right now, but just as an average in my head of looking at numbers, it looks like somewhere around the lower 1100s may be your team's average MMR for Whiff this way. Renegade, do you have anything to say for any other teams you potentially could be going against?
Don't take our name seriously.
Alrighty. I'll say you want everyone else to whiff, and they're 100% able to whiff your way, but I think y'all are going to be showing up some really good skills, and you have a very strong team for this season. Renegade, congratulations. And now we're going to be moving on to our next team, Demo She Wrote.
Good cap.
Alrighty. Bye-bye now. And we are now going to be waiting for RL Shrigg to join us for Team Demo She Wrote for Sunday's group. RL has now just joined us. Thank you so much once again. Have you given any thought or any insight what your fourth and final pick is going to be for this season?
Oh, yes, I have. And before I get into that,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
just like to say I have decided to accept Loomis's apology. I know he didn't mean it.
Oh.
And
Well, I'm
peace
sure he's
was.
But moving on,
We won't
Go right
linger.
ahead.
it's a whole wholesome community here. Moving on, just formalities here. I'm going to pick XK. I believe is how he wants his name pronounced.
X-Nose.
And that will round out Demo She Wrote.
X-Nose, very good addition to your team. I think I've personally played with him as well, and definitely think it will be a good anchor to your team, being your fourth and final pick. Do you have anything else to say or anything to say to the other competitors and teams out there you may be going up against?
Just the way things are trending. You know, I played one season last season, lost in the finals. So this season, not going to lose in the finals.
We're going
Let me
all the
see
way,
there.
number one. Well, he will see you there at the top of the leaderboard, coming from RL Shrigg. Demo She Wrote, bringing up the total team's average MMR to 1087. I think they're sitting at a really comfortable number right there, and they have some really good players to be going in against as well. So congratulations again, RL and Xnos, for being a part of this team. And we're now going to be moving on to Sexual Wheelin' for our next Friday pick.
I'm resisting doing the dance again on camera, but it is so. Every time I hear the name, I just nope. We're not going to do it. So, Chris, hop in the call, because I have to say, I don't know if I'm biased, but I love this team name. You obviously have only one pick to go, so who is it going to be for your fourth player, your
Riff.
third and final pick?
Riffy told me to let you go ahead and pick him.
Oh, really? I get to pick.
Wow.
That is
Riff.
dangerous.
So
Which
he
tier
needs a
does
tier
Chris
3
have to pick
player.
from?
Wow. So you need a tier
Chris,
3, Riff. Who are you going to pick?
well, I mean,
It looks like you only
it's
have
a very
one.
difficult choice. No, it's a very difficult choice, but I have to go with Katie on this pick, because Katie is the best choice by far in terms of adding quality and style to the play. Congratulations, Katie. You are the third pick for Sexual Wheeling, joining Rainey, our co-host here for the on on Sexual Healing.
I figured, that way when this team does really well, then you get the blame from the rest of the community. And when it does really bad, then you get the blame from Chris and Rain. So
I
enjoy
love
that,
it.
Riff.
This is brilliant. Brilliantly played, sir. Well done. Always put people on the spot on camera. It works. So nice job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are going to move right along and hopefully save me from this embarrassment to Whiff It Good. Zethi, get in here because, frankly, I need a change of pace. Who is going to be your last pick of the draft?
Okay, I'm gonna close it out with a pair.
A pair. So you waited to get your first tier pick in until the end. What made you do that?
Well, I knew I wasn't gonna get a shot at the top of the tier ones, so I concentrated on tier 2 to begin with. And then from there, I talked to my tier 2 guy, and he recommended a tier 4. And then it just worked out naturally that he knew the last 2 guys in tier 1, so got a little bit of chemistry going, which is nice.
That's great. Looks like we have an all-around team being formed up by Whiff It Good, Zethi at the helm. Good luck to you, sir. That's a very good strategy there. 11, 18, 25 is going to be your overall MMR average. So at the higher end of those averages, but again, just for the folks at home, I'm looking down the list here. Everybody's in that same average range. So it's going to be a tight season no matter who you're rooting for. Zethi, good luck to you in this upcoming first week of gameplay.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rainey, take us through the next two, please.
Alrighty, we're going to be moving on to the next Friday team, Uptown Gull, captained by Lil Squiddy, RL. We were waiting for him to hop in momentarily, but it looks like so far they got Verbose and Kurt Rambis on their team. I think that's going to be a really good two strong additions. Loomis is back again, subbing in
Hi,
for Lil
how we
Squiddy.
doing?
Doing great, Loomis. You got to be just as tired as us. You're
Lil
talking nearly just as much.
Oh man, I can't keep up. I'm like, wait, now I got to figure out who the pick was for Squiddy.
Yep. Alrighty. So as you figured that out, have you heard anything from Lil Squiddy if he is happy with thus far his picks for his team?
You know, he's still out there working hard trying to afford the first two picks. So we'll see if we can keep him working a little longer here with this third pick.
He might have to pick up another job. So, yep. In the meantime, whenever you are ready, we are ready to hear what is Uptown Gull's last and final pick for season 7.
Uptown Goals will be going with Warhog.
Warhog, great addition. I've played many games with him as well. I think he's going to be a strong addition. I think his MMR definitely reflects lower than what his actual skill level can put out. He's definitely higher than what the number shows. So he's a great and final last addition to Uptown Gull. Lil Squiddy, congratulations on your team for season 7. Loomis, thank you again for joining us.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, guys. So as you can see here, Uptown Gull, we have our final pick, and here is your total team. That average coming out to 1094 MMR for their team this season. Congratulations again, Uptown Gull. We will now be moving on to our next team, Etch-a-Sketch, captained by the Implication. And as we wait for him to hop in here, it looks like they have another good pick, Gomi and Bird, both good members of the community and average players hopping in here. I think he has just joined us. Implication, welcome back.
How you doing?
Hello. Alrighty. Have you given any thought on what your last and final pick for your team is going to be?
Well, this one's not going to take any thought because if you're seeing what I'm seeing, there's only one pick left. So it's going to be Space Bear.
Space Bear for your last and final edition. Well, have you had any experience or time played with this person?
No, I haven't. But if he or she day, whatever, is willing to grind, then we can make something happen.
I'm sure they are, and I hope you're happy with your team and how it has turned out for season 7. Congratulations, and it looks like we're slowly bringing up our MMR for your team, and your average is going to be 1059 for your team. So congratulations again, Implication, and we will see you on the field here soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And once again, for you guys watching at home, we have our team MMR here for Etch a Sketch and the total 4 members of that team. That average is not updating on your screen, but on mine, it is reading 1059 for their average team MMR. There it is. There it goes. All right. Thank you again, Implication. We're now going to move on to our next Friday group, Riffraff.
Well, our next Friday group is the Golden Goals, captained by Naz, who is being represented today by the Big Gigantic, the biggest of G's. Big G, are you there?
Actually,
Naz is here. I just saw it.
What a turn! The man has made it.
He
just
made
in
it
the nick
for
of
the
time.
last.
Naz, I have to talk to you about this because obviously you've been keeping up with Big G, feeding him information on what needs to happen for your team. Where do you stand? What's your opinion so far?
look, all I know is that it doesn't matter who's on my team, all right? Whatever it is, whoever Big G picked, he wasn't given any instruction. I just know that we're winning, okay?
Whoa! Strong words from Naz. If you don't know him, Naz is the resident fun police, making sure that everybody's having a good time in VCs. That being said, it sounds like you're not looking to provide any fun for your opponents. Do you have
No,
any
they're
messages for?
definitely- you know, if I'll just say this right now, okay? What a save. Just FF, guys. I'm bringing all the toxicity out with all the love and care I have for everyone. But it's just
I
over.
like
Quit
it.
now or forever, hold your peace.
All right. Well, speaking of forever holding your peace, you can hold yours after making this final pick. Who is your last team member for the season 7 draft?
I think if I'm seeing everything right, I'm not sure if it's fully updated, but I am looking to pick up John Goku.
John Goku is available.
Got some free coaching
right.
sessions right there, John. I got you.
So John
Wow,
may
there
be
you go.
benefiting more in this partnership, getting some free coaching sessions from team captain Naz. That's going to bring this team up to 4409 total MMR, an 1102 and change as the breakdown average. Well done, Naz. I'm so glad you were able to make it here for the final moments, and good luck to you this season.
Likewise. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a good one. I love you all.
All right. I love you
Bye.
too. Wow, that was quite a turn. I was not prepared for a surprise visit by Naz. I thought he was down and
No.
out for this stream, but look at that. Ask and you shall receive. Let's move on to our next team here. We have the Temple of Boom. Dr. Fro, hop back in the chat here so we can get your final pick. And while we wait for Dr. Fro to join us, we're going to recount, by the way, that the Switch giveaway is going to close after this round of draft. So make sure to get your entries in now if you have not yet. I believe we have a Loomis and a Skitch in the chat with us.
Mm. Well,
I
yeah,
just
Dr.
want to
Pro had
interrupt and
dropped for the day.
confirm something. I believe for his team here, just looking at the MMR, Sick Larry and John are both tier 4 for Sunday. Unless Sunday John is not John. But I just want to
Sunday
confirm
John
that's
is
correct
the tier
because
3. Yeah, the Sunday John was moved up to tier 3 after we moved had some replacements. So this team is okay the way it is.
just want to confirm. I saw it all under tier
Yep.
4 and with the MMR being close. But thank you for confirming that, Sketch. Y'all go ahead.
Correct. And with Dr. Fro out, he has one last pick from tier 1, and that's Mr. Galactic. who I'm gonna call the sleeper pick of the season. Everybody overlooked poor Galactic.
Absolutely.
Unbeknownst to most people, he's actually one of the youngins in the group. So he'll have the mechanical reflexes advantage over all the other old parts that are around. So this will be a tough team to beat, I presume.
Well, thank you, Skitch, for hopping in and giving us the pick for Dr. Fro. I agree completely. Absolutely a huge sleeper pick. I was mentioning him earlier that he was still available to take. And boy, oh boy, that team is going to be interesting to play against. Dr. Fro and Galactic as a combination there is going to be fantastic to see. That average MMR coming out to 1093 with a total of 4372. I will bet this will be a more cerebral team on the pitch than most of the others currently fielded. So Skitch and Loomis, thank you for hopping in and giving us the information on that pick. I believe we are ready to move on.
Yes, we are. And we are in our final and last two teams for this season, or I guess one team for each day. Our last Friday team, Flock of Scarabs, captained by Bug. I think he is here with us, Bug. Do you have your last and final pick?
Yeah, I have my final pick, of course, obviously, but he's a sleeper. Just want to put something out there that Naz is just throwing words out there. All bark, no bite. We have a little thing going on. So, yeah, Naz, we're coming for you, buddy. So I guess I will be taking Wasteland. He is a true underdog, and we'll show you why later this season.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, no, that's a lot of good encouragement coming from a captain, and that's what we like to hear. And Bug, for your team, Flock of Scarabs, that will bring your average up to a 1081 for your total team. Bug, I really hope you're happy with your team. It looks like you have a really good one, and you're going to have some good players on the field this season. Congratulations. And if you have anything to say to the other teams, please go ahead.
Not to the teams, but I think we're pretty diverse. We're pretty spread out when it comes to MMR, but I think I'll be able to give them a good sight, a good road to follow, so that we can make a good season this year. For my first season, I don't know how many times they've played, but we'll get to where we need to get. Naz, we're coming
one
for you, buddy.
weakness is another man's strength. Yeah, and he is calling you out, Naz. Congratulations again, Bug, for your team. I really hope the best for y'all in this season. We are now going to be moving on to our last and final pick of the day. I think we already know who it's going to be, but it is for Team Karma Chameleon, captained by Tripman. Tripman, whenever you have a second, please go ahead and say your last and final player for this season.
All right. Well, this is a tough choice. A lot of good players still out there. We're gonna go with Mr. Waterdick. Fantastic name, sleeper for sure. So I think it's gonna round out the team nicely.
Definitely so. And do you have anything to say or any last and final words, literally, for everyone, all players and teams out there, for what your team is going to bring to the table?
You know, just best of luck to all the teams going into it. These are always a lot of fun. Huge thank you to the league team that puts all this together. You all do a great job every season. So I think I can speak on behalf of all the players. We appreciate the work that you all do, and thank you for making it happen for us.
Definitely so. Well, here is your team here. Tripman, Karma Chameleon, sitting at an average MMR of 1126. I hope you're happy. It seems like you have a really great team. You have one of our own on the production, along with Crispy, and your last and final player. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Mr. Tripman, thank you again. Riff, I will swing it back over to you for any closing and information on what is to come.
Yeah, well, thank you, first of all, to everybody hanging out for this draft. We have now finished round 3, the final round of the draft, which means a couple different things. First of all, it means it's time to pick a winner for the Switch giveaway. So the giveaway has now been closed. It is absolutely done. We have a winner. It has been messaged to me. And oh boy, the winner of the Nintendo Switch is Scrizzy. Congratulations, Scrizzy, for being randomly chosen by the Twitch bot as the winner. Daddy Skriz, way to go. Congrats. We will get your information and your prize over to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, congrats. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the giveaway. Hope you had fun with that as well. But now I'm waiting to hear him in VC later, just yelling "Scrizzy!"
I know. I'm waiting to see his chat come up. I was like, really, Scrizzy? What? I guess the soundbot heard us say Scrizzy, and that added more admissions for him.
I guess so.
And so
Must have been. In that case, congrats again, Scrizzy, on your Nintendo Switch win. But back to the reason we're here. This draft is now over. Our teams are now set. The MMRs are really even across the board. And my last takeaway thought that I want to get your opinion on, Rainey, as well, is the teams that are spread out in MMR. So you have a high ranked player, you have a low ranked player, you got some in the middle, versus the teams that are really even in MMR. Obviously, teams that are even are going to be at the same level, so they're going to understand each other's style of play. But with the spread teams, do you think that's actually going to be a benefit later on in the season if those lower ranked players are able to be trained up and maybe brought to that level? Because you might see a huge increase of skill on that side. What's your feeling on how that might play out?
potentially, I think it does have a great benefit to it. I could say from personal experience that I only got so far from playing with people of my own rank when I first started playing the game 2 or 3 months in, when I was around the plat early Diamond 1 phase, and I started playing privates with a lot of these higher ranking MMR players. And now I consistently sit in and around Diamond 3, Champ 1, and it definitely helped add new skill to my arsenal and give me a better skill range. So I think for some of these players that have that lower MMR, it's not necessarily a bad thing because they have the room to grow, along with some of the other tiered players as well from any of these GC and high champ players. I think they can learn something. And I think some of the higher ranked players maybe could learn something from the lower ranked players on any kind of what they need to know about that rank at this given point. Because you see now, I mean, you'll see Plats now going in for air dribbles. You didn't see that years ago. You'd see them going for ground dribbles. They have these mechanics that weren't really a thing back then. So I think ultimately it's not a negative to have that huge deficit, but it could potentially hurt you if you do not work with your team and work in and around it as well.
It's a good point. I do know also that while you have plats that can air dribble, you also have plats that can't rotate. Now, I'm not going to single plats out here only, but you have to have both sides of that coin. So it will be interesting to see who can be elevated in their play, who can actually rise to the occasion versus who might get stuck in a rut, versus maybe the team that's evenly spaced can't excel because they're all keeping each other at that same level. So we have a lot to look forward to in this upcoming season. As a reminder for everyone out there, Season 7 does start this Friday night. Most of the league play will happen during the evening hours of the Eastern time zone. And then the first streamed live game, the matchup starts at 9 p.m. 9:30 p.m. Eastern on this channel. So definitely follow and subscribe so you get the notifications here of when that's happening. Sunday will take place at 4 p.m. Eastern. Again, 2 matches streamed from the Sunday division. That's week 1 as well. So be on the lookout for those streams incoming. Rainey, any other announcements to make as far as updates?
One moment here.
Yes, I've been reminded by our production team that I am a jerk and am skipping graphics that we worked hard to create. So we're going to throw those up on screen now. This is actually going to be the full Sunday division. So you have here the Friday night teams all listed out for you. We're going to throw the Sunday division up next so that you can see the breakdown of those teams. This is all of the available teams and team names, the members of each in pick order as well. So you can see there's Galactic at the bottom, big sleeper from tier 1. And we know that got his first pick in there as well. First tier pick in there at the end as well. And then I believe we also have a full list of the captains and team names with MMR. Is that correct? Here we go. Oh, it looks like we're missing the MMRs, but that's okay. You have your Friday night league and then upcoming your Sunday league. So these are going to be the teams to look at, the captains to see. Trains up their members, gets them working well.
And just to reconcile this, Scrizzy is in the chat. You have won, buddy. Good job. Scrizzy won. Yes, you won.
Scrizzy did win. He sees it now, and I'm sure he's elated. So congratulations to Scrizzy for winning that, the Nintendo Switch giveaway. Also, a quick reminder, if you're not already subscribed to us on Twitch at RL Old Farts, if you want updates on league play or other events that we have going on. Rainey, any other call outs to mention?
The only thing I have left to say is we have a couple things coming up. We have a 1v1 tournament challenge coming up next month for the Discord. There will be prizes for the winners along with the upcoming spring major for RLCS in London. I believe we're going to have a thread or something associated with any of our European old farts that may be attending that and watching. If not, the last and final Worlds in Dallas. Please join us there. We have so many of us going, and we do have a Dallas LAN thread. So if you're looking for anyone else to meet up with, come out and hang out with us. We're going to have a few really good big sections. We're going to be loud. We're going to be crazy. We're going to be rooting on our Discord along with all the professional players out there. We're all really looking forward to it and putting a lot of work and effort into going. So I think that is it as far as any upcomings that will be happening. But please, if you need or want to look at any updates, follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, at twitch.tv/RLOldFarts. Twitter is the same at twitter.com/RLOldFarts. And please join us on Discord to see us again at Rocket League Old Farts, and our Patreon if you'd like to donate. We are at patreon.com/RLOldFarts as well. Thank you everybody for tuning in today, and congratulations to all the captains and players who have been selected for their teams at Season 7.
Yep, and thank you as well to all of the league committee members, Loomis and company, who have tiredly put together this draft format and the season play format that you're going to see upcoming over the next couple of weeks. Big thank you to you guys for creating this fun event for the entire server.
And thank
Also,
you again,
wanna
and
thank-
congratulations to Scrizzy again.
Congratulations to Scrizzy, indeed. We also want to thank all of our Patreon members for helping to support the server. If you're not a Patreon, but you want to contribute as well, a capital, exclamation point, Patreon gets you the information in Twitch chat, and you can help support streams such as this one and all of the other things that we want to do for your entertainment and your enjoyment. And also a big thank you to the production team who has worked on not only all of the new background and graphic information, but getting everybody built up with the casting, with the training on hosting these streams, and hopefully on having a very, very successful group moving into brand new content throughout the rest of this year. For everyone here at the Old Farts News Network, I am Riff Raff.
And I'm Rainy. Thank you again.
And I believe at this point, we're going to roll some credits and then possibly head over to raid our Nintendo Switch winner, Scrizzy. So stick around.
Oh my gosh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.